Thoughts, whither have ye led me? With what sweet compulsion thus transported, to forget what hither brought us? Hate not love, nor hope of paradise for hell, hope here to taste of pleasure, but all pleasure to destroy, save what is in destroying, other joy to me is lost. Then let me not let pass occasion which now smiles. Behold alone the woman, opportune to all attempts, her husband, for I view far round, not nigh, whose higher intellectual more I shun, in strength of courage haughty, and of limb heroic built, though of terrestrial mould, foe not informidable. Exempt from wound, I not, so much hath hell debased, and pain enfeebled me to what I was in heaven. She fair, divinely fair, fit love for gods, not terrible, though terror be in love and beauty, not approached by stronger hate, hate stronger, under show of love well feigned, the way which to her ruin now I tend. So spake the enemy of mankind, enclosed in serpent, inmate bad, and toward Eve addressed his way, not with indented wave, prone on the ground as since, but on his rear circular base of rising folds that towered fold above fold, a surging maze. His head crested aloft, and carbuncle his eyes, with burnished neck of verdant gold, erect amidst his circling spires, that on the grass floated redundant. Pleasing was his shape, and lovely, never since of serpent kind, lovelier, not those that in Illyria changed Hermione and Cadmus, or the god of Epidaurus, nor to which transformed Ammonian Jove, or Capitoline, was seen. He with Olympias, this with her who bore Scipio, the height of Rome. With tract oblique at first, as one who sought access, but feared to interrupt, sidelong he works his way, as when a ship, by skilful steersman wrought, nigh river's mouth or foreland, where the wind veers oft, as oft so steers, and shifts her sail. So varied he, and of his tortuous train curled many a wanton wreath in sight of Eve, to lure her eye. She, busied, heard the sound of rustling leaves, but minded not, as used to such disport before her through the field from every beast. More duteous at her call than at Circean call the herd disguised. He bolder now, uncalled before her stood, but as in gaze admiring, oft he bowed his turret crest and sleek enamelled neck, fawning, and licked the ground whereon she trod. His gentle dumb expression turned at length the eye of Eve to mark his play. He, glad of her attention, gained, with serpent tongue organic, or impulse of vocal air, his fraudulent temptation thus began. Wonder not, sovereign mistress, if perhaps thou canst, who art sole wonder, much less arm thy looks, the heaven of mildness with disdain, displeased that I approach thee thus, and gaze insatiate. I thus single, nor have feared thy awful brow, more awful thus retired. Fairest resemblance of thy Maker fair, thee all things living gaze on, all things thine by gift, and thy celestial beauty adore, with ravishment beheld, there best beheld, where universally admired. But here in this enclosure wild, these beasts among beholders rude, and shallow to discern half what in thee is fair, one man except, who sees thee in what is one, who should be seen a goddess among gods, adored and served, by angels numberless, thy daily train. So glows the tempter, and his proem tuned into the heart of Eve his words made way, though at the voice much marvelling, at length, not unamazed, she thus in answer spake. What may this mean, language of man pronounced by tongue of brute, and human sense expressed? The first at least of these I thought denied to beasts, whom God on their creation day created mute to all articulate sound. The latter I demur, for in their looks much reason, and in their actions oft appears. Thee, serpent, subtlest beast of all the field I knew, but not with human voice endued. Redouble then this miracle, and say, how camest thou speakable of mute, and how to me so friendly grown above the rest of brutal kind, that daily are in sight? Say, for such wonder claims attention due. To whom the guileful tempter thus replied, Empress of this fair world, resplendent Eve, easy to me it is to tell thee all what thou commandest, and right thou shouldst be obeyed. I was at first as other beasts that graze the trodden herb of abject thoughts and low, as was my food, nor aught but food discerned or sex, and apprehended nothing high, till on a day roving the field I chanced a goodly tree far distant to behold, loaden with fruit of fairest colours mixed, ruddy and gold. I nearer drew to gaze, when from the boughs a savoury odour blown, grateful to appetite, more pleased my sense than smell of sweetest fennel, or the teats of ewe or goat dropping with milk at even, unsucked of lamb or kid that tend their play. To satisfy the sharp desire I had of tasting those fair apples, I resolved not to defer. Hunger and thirst at once, powerful persuaders, quickened at the scent of that alluring fruit, urged me so keen. About the mossy trunk I wound me soon, for high from ground the branches would require thy utmost reach or atoms. Round the tree all other beasts that saw, with like desire longing and envying stood, but could not reach. Amid the tree now got, where plenty hung tempting so nigh, to pluck and eat my fill I spared not, for such pleasure till that hour, at feed or fountain never had I found. Sated at length, ere long I might perceive strange alteration in me, to degree of reason in my inward powers, and speech wanted not long, though to this shape retained. Thenceforth to speculations high or deep I turned my thoughts, and with capacious mind considered all things visible in heaven, or earth, or middle, all things fair and good. But all that fair and good in thy divine semblance, and in thy beauty's heavenly ray, united I beheld, no fair to thine equivalent or second, which compelled me thus, though importune perhaps, to come and gaze and worship thee of right declared sovereign of creatures, universal dame.